North America. Stowe, Vermont. At the base of Mount Mansfield, Vermont's highest peak, lies the Trapp Family Lodge, a four-season resort surrounded by an elaborate trail system. Every summer, for the past 11 years, these trails have played host to an ultramarathon which has drawn maniacs from far and wide. Join me, Joey B., doing a loosely accurate impression of David Attenborough, as we take an in-depth look at one particular maniac's journey. A lone grey wolf. This male is in his middle age. However, in the last year since he started running ultramarathons, it would seem as though he was aging backwards. Although he hails from the suburbs of Philadelphia, his territory spans nearly the whole of the Appalachian mountain range, from Springer Mountain to Acadia National Park. Last year he completed 5 ultramarathons, and after a cold, hard winter, he emerged this spring brimming with confidence, only to experience a brutal failure at the Terror of Tammany, where too many mistakes cost him his first DNF. Today, at the base of Mount Mansfield, he looks to make bouncing back his speciality. And so our grey wolf has driven over 700 kilometers to the north, so that he may take part in the 11th annual Catamount Ultra 50-kilometer trail race. Stowe, Vermont, North America. Catamount is a name referring to a variety of big cats found in the eastern United States, a cat of the mountain. Although not as many roam the mountains of New England today, our male bachelor must always be cautious. Not all encounters are dangerous. A jaguar, perhaps, but if he's lucky, he might just encounter a cougar. Although this male has no natural predators, were he to encounter a female cougar of suitable fitness, he might pose as her prey and allow himself to be captured. Nevertheless, duty demands he focus all his attention on traveling 50 kilometers on foot. It will not be easy. First, he must tear himself away from the stunning Trapp Family Lodge, where one feels like they're in the sound of music. The course is a generous lane of hard-packed dirt, which meanders around the hardwood forests, across streams, and through highland pastures. The elevation profile is robust but manageable, as we see a spike in the 3rd mile, no doubt caused by a glacier some thousands of years ago. All told, our grey wolf will venture through these woods for 15 miles, return to the lodge, and then do it all again, for a grand total of 31 miles and 5,000 feet of elevation gain. And now we will venture in for an even closer look. The hills are alive with the sound of footwork. Oh, you didn't think I was gonna do the voice the whole time, did you? Nah, I mean, quite well in my head. Maybe a little bit here and there. I know. I said I was a wolf in the intro, now I'm a tiger. But there were only so many skull caps on Amazon. Gotta pick something that's gonna fit for the race and that I would wear again, so I was a wolf before, now I'm a tiger. You just go with it.
As we pass beyond the early morning shade, he may be difficult to spot. But passing in the middle of our screen is the official Catamount photographer, capturing amazing action shots of the participants as they race by. And now, as we pass below the shade line, the light returns.
All right, mile 5, and feeling pretty good so far, but a long way to go. There was the first aid station, because the thing is, I missed second breakfast. You know, like Lord of the Rings? Second breakfast. I had a banana and a breakfast bar when I got up, and then I had this pre-made meal pack that you just pour boiling water into. And I was doing that at the campsite. Got a little behind the 8 ball. Had to make sure I made the starting line. So second breakfast, still sitting in my car right now. But I had a bunch of peanut butter and jelly squares. I had some Vermont maple syrup. And thank you, volunteers. Great aid at the aid station. And now my stomach feels pretty normal. But I'm not messing around today, and I'm not taking anything for granted. I have a goal to finish 10 ultramarathons in 10 different states. And today would make number 6. Except it was supposed to be number 7. And at the beginning of the year, I DNF'd at the Terror of Tammany 50K in New Jersey. That was a brutal race. Objective 1A, I need to set a new personal best at the 50-kilometer distance. And that is because the 10th ultramarathon would be May of next year in North Carolina, a quest for the crest. So for that race, there's a 15-hour time limit. And they said take whatever your personal best is at this distance and then double it and then some. So that tells me I'm not quite ready for Quest for the Crest yet. And that's okay, because last year the ultras got way more difficult and my fitness improved, but the times got slower. So today I want to see that time come way down.
With the camera battery about to expire, we have now seen the majority of the course, still leaving a few surprises for the second half. And so we will move ahead to our male tiger's return to the Trapp family lodge, the ultramarathon's midway point, where he will restore himself with food and electrolytes before setting out once again for another 15-mile lap.
Mile 24, and feeling pretty good, about as good as can be expected. So coming into the final push now, about the last 6 miles. Skipped ahead a bit. You just saw the base camp a minute ago, and I was stopped for about 30 minutes, but that's about normal for me. I had to eat, I had to wait till my stomach settled, and I'm much better for it now. I've been moving. Now, as far as my goals go, I've put myself in position to set a new personal best. I think I'm on track, but I don't know by how much. I want it to be by a lot. I was thinking if it's over 7 hours, I'm gonna be upset, I think. And I would like to see myself be in pretty good shape at the finish line and have a relatively smooth transition back to normal life, because that hasn't always happened. And sometimes I've been in a bad way afterwards. Because the thing is, this epic journey through the woods is only part 1 of a double header today. And if all goes well, I'm gonna finish this race, and then I'm going to be on my way to New Hampshire. For later tonight, I'm going to see Phish for the first time. This is a really big deal for me personally, because I happen to be a musician, and my main instrument is keys. And I also happen to be a teacher. And if you get good enough to become a teacher, I think it's because you remain as being a student, and you always try to keep getting better and better. So tonight, I'm not only seeing Phish, I'm seeing the great Paige McConnell. And I've listened to a lot of live Phish, but tonight, my ears are actually going to be in the same room as Paige's fingers, and I'm going to get a lesson from one of the greats.
And so we return to where our tale began, as our male wolf in tiger's clothing makes his way to the home stretch. As a 2-year ultra-veteran, in his mind, simply finishing the race would not be good enough anymore. He must be under 7 hours. And now, as he approaches the finish line, his total time will show that he finds success at last.
All right, well, for the last hour I was sitting at the finish line and looking at this beautiful backdrop behind me and coaxing myself back to earth. I would stay here all day and look at this and hang out. Great event, great people here, but that is only the first step of today's journey. Now, actually the first step was to be at the starting line in time, and I barely got that done. Step 2, finish the race. Step 3, get my face melted off by Phish. Well, it took about a week, but I think my face has finally grown back. So last weekend, I treated myself to some good seats after a hard day's work on the trail, and I saw this. And now the next weekend, I'm playing this. So if you want to see one of the high points of the show that I was at, with the camera crew and everything, that link will be right there. And I was sitting just over the drummer's shoulder. An amazing show, an amazing light apparatus. I mean, that guy really is the 5th member of the band. It's an unbelievable show. I was even making some of my students watch some footage this week, but I made it very educational. I didn't play that one. Yeah, there was a lot to take in on Saturday, June 21st. For the rest of the day, there were several times where within the span of 5 minutes, I felt like I feel fine, and then I feel like I haven't eaten in days. So the race itself, how did I do? Well, I did come in somewhere in the middle. I think it was right around the 2/3 mark. Whatever, I'll take it. I mean, it's a different playing field than I'm used to. I'm just one savage competing in a field full of savages. I was looking for personal improvement in my own categories. So let's go to Koro's Pace 3 and get those stats up on the screen with a quick boom. I said I'd be upset if it was over 7 hours. So, can I be happy with my total time of 6 hours, 56 minutes? Not really, I'm not upset, but nah, that's, I'll take it, but that needs to come down again in the next race. And so what I'm most happy with is that I had a strong finish. It was never in doubt. The stoppage time was actually pretty good for me. Just 2 stops, 15 minutes and 30. I guess I don't have the eating aspect of ultra running down yet. I mean, I'm doing what I need to do to finish, but I have no idea how people are coming in and out of these aid stations in a minute or two. I mean, I know carb loading is a thing. I haven't really done that yet, but I mean, I always start an ultra, the first few hours feel fine, but after 2-3 hours, I got an empty stomach, and you just got that, well, what am I gonna do, run for another 5 hours on that? I can't, so I need to eat. I felt like I needed more than what they had laid out, so I had some of what they had, and thank you. But that was good because my car was right there, and then I had some heftier supplies there. So I don't know, just imagine if you're doing yard work or something, then after that day, it's like, all right, here's some chips and cookies and stuff. It's like, why? I need to eat a meal. I don't know how they're doing it, but I can see that people are doing it and making it look a lot easier than me. So, like I said, I'm just a low-level savage finding my way in the ultra world, and I'm just happy to be here and be finishing these races. I hope my videos are entertaining and also helpful too. And I just want to say that I was at a bit of a low point in my life before I started racing a few years ago, and we don't need to go into all that. I mean, I wasn't on the ledge or anything. I was happy to be alive and have a family and everything, but let's just say there wasn't a lot I was looking forward to for a number of years there, and I was running and traveling a little bit, and that was great. But when I started racing, just kind of one thing led to another. It really ramped up. Next thing I know, I'm running ultra marathons, traveling up and down the East Coast, and I'm really a better person in every way compared to a few years ago, and I think I owe a lot of that to running. So I would like to give back some with these videos, give back to running, to the community. So thank you, Ironwood Adventure Works. I gotta say, it was hands down probably the most visually stunning and beautiful course that I've raced on. Not that I've been everywhere, but I have an eye. I've seen some pretty hot spots, and this was amazing. I was just replaying it in my mind all week long. I felt like I was in The Sound of Music. I learned afterwards it actually is the real family from The Sound of Music movie, so an amazing experience. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this content, the next ultramarathon's coming right up, going out west for the Shawnee Hills Trail Race in Shawnee National Forest, Illinois. What am I gonna be doing in the meantime? Oh, more Phish. I had so much fun, I figured I gotta get to the Mann Center in Philadelphia, July 15th.